So we are now only a few days away from September, and not only a brand new month, but also a brand new season on the New Horizons island. As with every new month, or in this case season, players get to experience a whole bunch of changes around the island, including everything from typical monthly changes such as events, new items and seasonal adjustments, to changes associated with weather phenomena and the aesthetics of the island. There's a lot to get through, and this of course applies to both hemispheres, so let's take a look. Number 1. Seasons. So starting with the most obvious, the end of August and the start of September marks the beginning of a brand new season in both hemispheres. In the Northern Hemisphere, the autumn begins from September 1st and continues through to November 25th. In the Southern Hemisphere, spring actually starts today, August 25th, and continues through to November 30th. During this time, we'll see new events, new crafting materials, and of course new items. Number 2. Materials. Now thanks to the new seasons, we're about to see a shift in the seasonal crafting material that will be available around the New Horizons island, and of course the DIY recipes that will be available. Players in the Northern Hemisphere will no longer be able to encounter summer seashells spawning on the beach, but instead will be able to find and collect both acorns and pine cones. These crafting materials will spawn from September 1st and all the way through to December 10th. These can be used to craft items from the Trees Bounty series, including the balancing toy, the leaf campfire, and the Trees Bounty lamp, amongst others. From today, players in the Southern Hemisphere will no longer be able to encounter snowflakes, however bamboo trees have begun spawning young spring bamboo, which is available from August 25th through to November 30th. As you'd expect, these can be used to craft items such as the basket pack, bamboo doll, and bamboo shoot lamp, amongst others. Of course, this seasonal change also means the corresponding DIY recipes for the acorns, pine cones, and young spring bamboo can also be found in the balloons in the respective hemispheres. Number 3. Seasonal items. Now, as well as changes to the seasons and the crafting, September also sees new seasonal items. Some are returning from last year, however others are a result of refreshed content from recent updates and are available for the first time. From September 1st, the Grape-Harvest basket will be available at the Nooks shop in honour of the Grape-Harvest festival until September 30th. From September 12th, the Moon Rug, Dango and Mooncakes will be available to celebrate Moon Viewing Day until September 21st. The Dango and Cakes are brand new items for September 2021. Also from September 12th, the Song Pyong will be available alongside Chuseok, the Korean holiday, again until September 21st. Most of these items are currently time locked, but will be available to both hemispheres in the coming weeks. Number 4. Bug-Off. Now, as you'd expect with the Northern Hemisphere transitioning from summer to autumn, it's time to bring the summer Bug-Off contest to a close. For this reason, September sees the 4th and final Bug-Off of 2021 and the last chance to earn one of 3 Bug-Off trophies, as well as another opportunity to earn some limited time items you may have missed from previous events, including the Butterfly Backpack and Ladybug Rug, amongst others. Players in the Northern Hemisphere can encounter Flick at the resident services on September 25th to take part. Unfortunately, those of you in the Southern Hemisphere will have to wait until November, when the next wave of Bug-Off contests begin in the summer for you. Number 5. Weather phenomena. Now, looking back at some of these seasonal changes, we can also expect to experience different types of weather phenomena depending on what region you're in. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we'll once again be able to encounter really heavy fog and river fog, which can completely cover the island. I believe fog only appears on clear days after heavy rainfall from 5 AM through to 9 AM, so a pretty short window. Furthermore, as September comes to an end, cumulonimbus clouds will stop spawning in favour of cirrus and cirrocumulus clouds from September 16th through to November 30th. Players in the Southern Hemisphere, on the other hand, will no longer encounter fog, but instead be able to experience rainbows and double rainbows from the start of spring, which is August 25th, through to May 25th. Similarly, billow clouds stop spawning from the end of August, with thin clouds much more common from September 1st through to November 30th. Not really that big of a deal, but still really cool changes. Number 6. Island aesthetics. Now, just as you'd expect with any new month really, September also sees some visual changes to the natural elements around the New Horizons island. The most notable is of course to the bushes and the flowers they bloom during this time. In the Northern Hemisphere, red and yellow hibiscus will continue to bloom until September 20th, at which point orange and yellow tea olives begin to flower instead. These will continue to bloom until the end of October. However, players in the Southern Hemisphere won't see any changes to bushes throughout September, as pink and red camellias continue to bloom until the end of the month. Of course, the new season also changes the atmosphere to the island, with autumn seeing warmer and more cozy autumn colours and spring seeing brighter and more vibrant grass and trees. The only other things worth mentioning are the weeds that actually see a significant change thanks to the change in season. Starting in September in the northern hemisphere, weeds will appear less weed-like and instead look more like flowery with fluffy grass, and is actually a really nice aesthetic. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere, weeds look a lot less frosty and colourful and instead appear larger and brighter. Number 7. Nooks Cranny. Although it doesn't happen every month, Nooks Cranny is often updated when new seasons come around. Naturally, with the autumn season upon us, Nooks Cranny will begin to swap out its summery displays both inside and outside of its store for more appropriate decorations. However, the biggest change comes to the seasonal items that Nooks Cranny has for sale on the display mat during the summer and winter months. During September, Nooks will no longer be selling the surfboard or fan items in the northern hemisphere, or the space heater and celebration candles in the southern hemisphere. These will of course become available again in the future in the opposite hemispheres around the start of December. Number 8. Critters. Of course, it wouldn't be a new month or new season for that matter without a shift in the types of critters we can encounter around the New Horizons island, including bugs, fish and deep sea creatures. Now, because we are entering a new month, the amount of critters leaving and arriving at the island is larger than usual, with 22 creatures spawning in the northern hemisphere and 20 creatures spawning in the southern hemisphere. There's far too many to mention right now, but the northern hemisphere will be able to encounter the likes of the violin beetle, the golden trout and the sweet shrimp, while the southern hemisphere will be able to encounter the likes of the orchid mantis, the barred knifejaw and the spider crab, amongst others. So plenty of critters to keep your eyes open for. So there we have it. That's a bunch of changes that we can expect to see in September, but which seasonal item are you looking forward to buying the most? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, thank you so much to all of the Patreon and channel members, and until next time, have an amazing day, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.